What's up, Notjust developers? How is it going today? Super excited about today's video. We're gonna build a lot of cool stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what is the plan for today. Alright, so here it is. We're gonna continue our YouTube backend that we started previous week. And today we're gonna get into more advanced features. We're gonna talk a lot about media management, such as videos and so on. But more of that, about that shortly. So the first thing is that what we need to do is to finish everything that we started in the previous video. And this is saving the users in the database in order to manage them there. Then we're gonna need to connect a user with a comment in order to be able to display, for example, the username and the profile picture of a comment under a video. After that, we're gonna get into the juicy part, and that's about uploading videos. And yeah, here we have a lot of steps to take in order to complete this task. And yeah, the first one is designing the upload screen UI. Select the video from the device. After we select the video from the device, we're gonna need to add a storage provider, and in this case we're gonna work with Amplify storage provider, which is S3. Then we're gonna save the video in the storage, generate thumbnails, and lastly we're gonna save a video in the database in order to be able to query them, to display them on the homepage, and so on. Alright, so yeah, at the end also we're gonna do a bonus feature, something that we have never done, but a lot of you have asked. So stick around till the end to check it out. If you're new on this channel and this is the first video you're watching, that's really nice. Hello, welcome. My name is Vadim. I'm a full stack developer for over 7 years. At the moment, I'm a CTO at a small startup, Fitinium. Also worked at Amazon as a software developer engineer. But the most important thing is that now, yeah, I want to share my experience, my journey, my knowledge with you guys here on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing to the channel. That would mean the world to me. Also, don't forget to follow me on social medias. Yeah. Because I post there, I try to post there daily, and if you want to follow along, feel free. Okay, thank you very much for our new channel member, Kester, that decided to become a channel member and to support the channel financially. That's really nice, and I really appreciate that. If you also want to support the channel financially, you can become a channel member on YouTube directly. Under this video there is a join membership, and you can do that. What will you need to follow along this video? Probably you have already followed the previous video and you already know what is the process and how we are doing. However, if you're new, you need Expo environment set up on your machine. You need an AWS account. You need the dummy data that you can access at assets.notjust.dev/YouTube. Alright, so as I said, this is the third part of our YouTube series in where we are building a YouTube clone. In the first part, we have built the UI interface of YouTube. I'm gonna show you in a moment how it looks. In the second part, we have implemented the backend, we have implemented authentication, we have modeled the database, we fetched videos from the database, we displayed them, we fetch comments, we save comments, and so on. So yeah, I recommend you start from those videos because in order to be able to follow along from the beginning. However, if you want to start from the same point as we will start today, you can clone the repository that I provide here, but make sure to clone the part2 branch, because in future the main branch will be updated, and yeah, you want to have a code at this moment in time. That's why you need this branch. Yeah, all right. After you clone it, you'll install the dependencies, you'll initialize the Amplify project, and then you'll push everything to the cloud to generate all the resources in the cloud, after which you will be able to run the project. And if you done that, we are on the same page and we can get started. So, hello guys. Hello everyone who is watching this live. All right. So, implementing notification when new video is uploaded. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe. Thanks for your video. It's really helpful. Thank you very much, Ganesh. Hello, Vadim. Can you make a food delivery app on your next build? Didn't we already build one? No, probably not. Okay, I'll take into consideration. We'll see. We can do, I don't know, Uber Eats or something like that. Okay. Hello, Vadim. Are you Russian? No, I'm not Russian. I'm from Moldova. Okay, guys. So let's get it started because we have a lot of things to do today. So we better get going. So the first thing that we are gonna do, yeah, let's first of all run the project. So here we have the project. I'm in the part 2 branch. So if I do git status, you will see it's the part 2 branch. And I can do yarn start to start the development server, after which I'll be able to run it on an emulator. Okay, here is the development tools. Let's do it like this. So the application, wait a second, I think like this you'll see better. So the application will work both on iOS and on Android. So if you're working on a Windows machine or on Linux, you will run it on Android device or emulator, and I'm gonna run it on iOS emulator because it runs faster on my machine. Hey Priyank, what's up? Thank you very much for the donation. Thanks. Priyank is saying hello, thanks for the knowledge. Thank you very much for your support. I know that you are one of the first supporter, which is every video you're here supporting me. Thank you very much. What are we building? We are building the YouTube backend, YouTube clone, and now we are doing the backend. Here we're gonna see the emulator. Okay, what's going on? What's up with the simulator here? Why it's not running? Yeah, while our simulator is loading, hopefully it will. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our AWS admin UI. So I'm gonna open AWS. Surab is asking what is the solution of safe area view for Android because it's not supported. Actually, it's supported. The only difference is the way we use it, because on iOS I think you should add extra padding or something like that, but safe area view is supported and should be supported for both devices. So let's sign into AWS here. Hello guys, hi everyone who is just joining, welcome. We are just starting, so we didn't do anything, we just did the introduction. Now I want to to show what do we have right now and what we managed to do during the previous video. And I don't know why my iOS simulator is not running. Simulator restart. Okay, I think I restarted it, so let's see. Here is my application, YouTube clone. Yeah, I opened, I don't know if I told, but I opened AWS Console, and here you can search AWS Amplify. And that's how we will see our project in Amplify. Okay, let's open it. And here you'll see all the applications. If you don't see your application, make sure that you have selected the region that you created the application in. So in my case, that's Ireland. In your case, I know it can be US or something else. So I'm gonna open YouTube clone here. And for Expo, let's try to run it again because I restarted the emulator. Run iOS. And yeah, and in Amplify, let's open admin UI. Narek is asking, hello Vadim, which is better, Redux or AWS Amplify Datastore? I have not worked a lot with Redux in production for production builds. I work mostly with Amplify Datastore. So yeah, I don't know exactly like how to compare them like side by side. I would need to do more research to give you an answer. The advantage of Amplify Datastore is that it automatically syncs your data in cloud. So yeah, this is the advantage. You don't have to do extra steps in order to cache the data locally and also to manage the global state management, global state, and also to sync everything with the cloud. In Redux, that's I think three steps and three separate libraries that will cache, that will manage, and that will do the queries. But here in Datastore, everything is done automatically. Okay, so here we have admin UI. What do we have? First of all, in the previous video, we set up authentication. So our application supports sign in, sign up, forget password, and all the authentication flows that are required in most of the applications. Yep. Yeah, then we have modeled our database using the data modeling tool here, where we have like a video with all the fields like ID, title, thumbnail, and so on. Then a user with everything, and lastly the comment table that will hold all the data about the comments under a video. Also, they have like a relationship between them. For example, a comment belongs to one user because it's written by a user, like the owner is a user, and a comment belongs to one video because you comment under a video. The same thing for a video belongs to one user, like who is the owner of that video, but the comments, a video can have one-to-one, like can have multiple comments, so that's why it's a one-to-one. And the last thing that we did in the previous video is that we realized that we don't have a relationship between a user and a comment. We have a relationship between a comment and a user, but not vice versa. So here we see that we have user can have a lot of videos. These are his uploaded videos, but also a user can have comments because these are comments that he wrote. And if we add this, one user has a lot of comments, many comments, if we save. In this situation, we will see a new user ID here that was added. So this is what we were missing in order to be able to connect a comment with a user ID on the comment side. And this was added automatically when we created the relationship. So until we wait the JavaScript to bundle, I think we can also save and deploy. Let me think if we will need anything else. Probably not. Let's just save and deploy. And yeah, this is going to be useful for us during the second step in our video. But because it's going to take some time, let's do everything now and wait. Hey guys, I really want to know, did you follow along the first two videos? Where are you at and how is it going? Is it a smooth process or do you have any issues? Okay. What do we have here with Expo? Building JavaScript. Why is it so slow? I think I really need a two-machine setup for my streaming and so on. So that one machine will just stream the video to YouTube and the other machine will be free to do all the heavy lifting of building JavaScript and running all the emulators and so on. Maybe someday in future. What is this third part about? So this video is about finishing and implementing some backend features that we didn't do in the first video, and these are a bit more complex features, I would say, such as uploading video files, saving them to S3, then connecting them to the database, being able to render them correctly, and so on. Vipul is saying, I follow your TikTok and Amazon series. Oh, that's really nice. The question is, do I need to install Android emulator or need to install Android Studio? Okay, so because we are doing this build in Expo, actually it's not mandatory to install Android Studio. You can go ahead and connect your Android device to your PC and then press run on Android device or emulator. But the easiest way to do it is to download the Expo Go application. Where is it? Expo Go. So there is this Expo Go application client. It looks like this. Probably you don't see it. And then with the Expo mobile application, you scan this QR code and you have the application running on your device. It doesn't matter like iOS, Android, and so on. So this is by far the easiest way, just to scan the QR code with your phone and run your application on Android. If you want to run on emulator, yes, in that case you will need to install Android Studio with the emulator. Okay, we have application running here. So what do we see? We see the home page. If we scroll, we see multiple videos. These videos are coming from the database, and they're actually, not dummy data, they're from database. If I press on one, it will open, and it has a video here. So I can scroll. These are recommended videos. And regarding the comments, there are no comments yet. But that's what we're gonna do shortly. So this is the state at this moment. Our first task is save user in database. So every authenticated user from Cognito should be mapped to one user in database. So what do I mean by that? And why do we need to take extra steps? If you remember, in the first video, in the second video, I mean, we implemented authentication. And then I talked more about how authentication is managed. And behind the scene, authentication in Amplify is managed by Cognito, this service. Let's open AWS Cognito. Where is it? Here. And here, let's open manage user pools to see the users that are registered in our YouTube application. So let's open it, wait a bit, and let's search for YouTube clone. I think it's this one. So estimated number of users is 1. If I go to users, I see there is one user. And here is the user ID, like this one. Okay. The thing is that, like, regarding authentication, everything is kept incognito. So in our database, if we want to, I don't know, have a relationship between a video and a user, for example, in our case, we need it because for each video, we want to display the username here, like Vadim Savin, and the picture. So we need this relationship, like one-to-many between a user and a video. And the thing is that we cannot create a connection between a video in our database and a user which is incognito, like that doesn't work like that. For that reason, we need a separate table for the users in our database, in data modeling, like GraphQL here in our database. This way, we're gonna be able to create the connections between data in our database. We'll be able to query them much easier, but everything related to authentication will still be handled by Cognito. So the tricky part here is how do we map a user from Cognito to a user in database. Yeah, there are two options, like one easy one and one more complicated but a bit more secure. We have covered both of them in the past. In this video, I will do as following. So basically the flow will be, the user will sign up in our application. That's gonna, let me do it here. So the user comes into our application, then he signs up, right? Oh, I forgot my... He signs up. After he signs up, when we render our homepage, or like when we render our application, we will check if there is a user with that ID in our database. And if there is no user with that ID in database, that means that this is the first time the user opens the application. And in that case, we are gonna register, we're gonna create a new user in the database with the ID that we get from Cognito, which is this ID. And after that, every time we will get the user from Cognito with this ID, we will be able to check like, oh, give me all the videos with this ID, and we're gonna query that from the database, but because the ID is the same in database with a Cognito, it's going to be connected and we're going to be able to do that. Okay, that's a lot of talk, but it's going to be much easier if we just implement that. So that's going to happen in our app.tsx. Like as soon as possible, we are going to do these checks. So as I said, we're going to do this logic the first time, I mean, when the application runs. So when the application runs, that means that we need a use effect to run some logic when the application just launches. So use effect. Okay, and the dependencies will be an empty array because we want to run it only the first time our application runs. And the application will run only when the user is authenticated, because that's how our with authenticator works. It will check if the user is authenticated. It will render the application. Otherwise, it will render the login screens. So the application, this function will run only when we get past the authentication flows, the authentication screens. Okay, here, let's declare a function because we need a lot of async functionalities here. So it's going to be called, I don't know, save user to database, something like that. It's going to be an async function. And we will call this function right away. Okay, here, what are the steps? First step is get user from Cognito, because we need the user ID. Check if user exists in database. If not, save user to database. And this is going to save the first time you enter. The second time, the user will already exist in database and we will not need to save it. Okay, first step, get user from Cognito. For that we need to import the from AWS Amplify. We will import the authentication module, and what else we will need? We will need also the Datastore. We will need the Datastore to communicate with our database, Datastore. And we will need a couple, one model. We will need the user model. Let's do import user from source models, something like that. With this user, we will be able to create a new database user and save it to using Datastore. Okay, first step, get user from Cognito. Const user info await authentication dot get, no, it's current authenticated user. Okay, the user ID, I don't know, we can have some extra checks. For example, if there is no user info, I don't know, if for some reason the user is not authenticated, we can return, because we know that, there is nothing there, it's null. However, if the user info is there, we will take the user ID, which lives at user info.attributes.sub, which stands for subject, attributes, something like that. That's the user ID. So let's console warn user ID to see if that works. Okay, we should see it somewhere here, and at the bottom there, here it is, 321 and ends with 9DA. So if I look at the user pool here, 321 ends with 9DA. We know that this is the ID that we get from. Whoa! Please stop spamming. Clone up like MPL. What is MPL? Sorry for that. Okay. So we have the user ID. Now the step is to check if user exists in database. Exists. Oh, come on. So hard. To check if user exists in database. Okay, we can do that. So const user equal to Datastore but it's going to be await as well, right? Await Datastore. Then the model that we want to query, which is user, no, datastore.query, user, and the second parameter should be the ID that we want to query. The ID is user ID. So if user is null, here save, okay, I'm gonna copy this one, save it here. And just for testing, I can do an else here, and I can do console warn user already exists in database, just to make sure that we do not save 2 times the same user. Okay, so let's save this user to database, right? Yeah, because now nothing will happen. It's supposed to be null, so nothing will happen. It will go here and will not do anything. So let's do await Datastore dot save, and here we will save a new user. So a new user has some initial parameters that we need to insert. So what does it have? It has a name, right? Has a name. I can take them from our Amplify here. So it has a name, image, and subscribers. Okay, name, image is not required, subscribers is not required, but I can do them with, I don't know, some random number or 0. Yeah, usually you will do that with 0. You will initialize subscribers with 0 because this is the first time you register the user. So initially it's going to be 0. Okay, for the name. We can take the name. We will take the username from user info, from the thing that we already know about the user incognito. So console log, let me just check user info, and let me stop everything there just to see what information about the user we already have from our authentication module. Come on. Okay, here it is. So let's check the logs here by pressing on the device in the menu here, and nothing happens because unknown field on delete video. Didn't do anything there. Oh, here I saw something. Here, cognito user. So attributes, we have email, we have phone number. I'm just gonna keep it simple. So I'm gonna take the email and put it as a name. But of course you can add an extra form where the user will insert his name and then you're gonna save it. But for me, name is gonna be user info dot attributes dot email, like this. Oh, and it's very important that in this case we provide an ID. The ID is an optional field, and usually we do not provide it because we are okay that Amplify will generate the ID for us, like auto-generated ID. But in our case, we actually need the ID of a user in the database to be the same ID from Cognito. So in order to be able to match them, so that's why we have them here. ID any is not assignable to parameter of type model init user object. Oh, in GraphQL that's possible, but here in Datastore, so Datastore, that's weird. So Datastore new model with ID. Isn't that possible? That would be weird, not to be possible. So new user, let me check the types here. Where is it? Constructor, model init, user. Omit ID. That's very interesting. I'm wondering if that's actually the logic or if that's an issue just with types. So I'm gonna try to ignore this and see what's happening. So I created that. It should be saved. Now let's check in admin UI content. Let's check the users in the database if we have any. All right, we have them here, but they are created every time. Oh, that's not very good. That's not very good because we cannot set a custom ID, and for that reason every time we relaunch the application it will create a new reload, it will create a new user. So if now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, if I rerun it we're gonna have 8. Okay, I think we can work around this, but I'm really interested if you can actually, you're not able to add an ID when you create. Amplify here, something like that. So now if I do a search, yeah, we have more. Not good, not good. There is an issue here. People probably shorter IDs. Yeah, actually, I think they are thinking about this issue. Okay, actually that's in discussion. That's an open issue. So I'm pretty sure that Amplify will fix this and will make it much easier to do such things. But for now, what we can do is to, yeah, either add a new, where is it, in data here, for the users, and we can add a new, let's say, sub field, which will be we can keep it like this. And yeah, we're gonna use this sub instead of ID to connect them. It's not gonna be that efficient as with IDs, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work, hopefully. So let's wait until it deploys. Until then, we can actually we cannot do anything. All right, let's hope the deployment will be fast. Okay. So guys, tell me, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, that application was a sports fantasy app. I'm not very familiar with that. I heard about like fantasy games, but I'm not that into them. I don't know. I have never played them. So okay. Next, let's do DoorDash. That's a good idea. Hey, your training is awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, very good comment. Redux is a state management library. Amplify is a set of tools. Backend as a service. Backend as a service that makes it easier for front-end developers to integrate a full stack, a backend into the applications. When are you going to clone Euro 2020 official sports fantasy app? That's a good question. How long is the Euro 20 still going? When is the final? Is it just started or is it already? When I was younger, I followed all the football championships, but now, so when is the finals? Come on, final. It's July 11th. Okay. Notification systems. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do notification systems one day, definitely. I was planning it for today, but there are a lot of configuration steps, like to create Firebase applications, so on. So I want to prepare probably a separate video for that, or we'll see. Which clone will you make next? You decide, guys. I think that a lot of people wanted to see the Signal app, so that might be one of it. Are you making only UI or will it be functional? We're making full stack. So in the first video we made the UI, in the second one and in today's video we are integrating the backend, and even now like all of this data is not dummy data, it's actually coming from the database. So these videos, these comments, if I scroll a bit here, the video itself is coming from the database, the video URL, of course. So today we're gonna actually implement the functionality of uploading a video, saving it into the S3, then playing it in the application. Okay, the good news is that our application is has finished there. So let's update it by running this command that we can copy from here. Amplify pool, app ID, and then your application ID, of course. And yeah, environment. Good idea about the sports or fantasy games. Okay, let's pull the changes here. It's happening. It will ask me to verify if it's me, to authenticate. Hey guys, please don't spam. What will be the monthly price of 50 gigabytes of video stored in S3? We can calculate that easily in a moment. That's a good question until we wait for things to update. Successfully logged in. Here, let's choose Visual Studio Code, JavaScript, React Native, source, distribution, build command, start command, enter, and in the last step, where it asks, do you plan on modifying this backend? Today I'm gonna say yes, because we are planning to do some changes shortly. So I think that we need to say yes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, Ariane, we have a lot of tutorials on the channel to learn from React Native from scratch. I recommend you starting from the Tesla clone. The title of that video is Your First React Native Application. Okay, we have our application pulled here. Right, okay. So now we need to update a bit our logic in our app.tsx, and yeah, here instead of ID we're gonna say the sub is the user ID, but when we will query, we also need to query based on the sub to check if it's user ID. So I'm gonna do it like this dot filter user, where user dot sub is equal to user ID. Let's save. No, user ID. And let's reload. And I'm gonna go into the content, and I want to delete all the users that we have there. Dax is suggesting about a game with a JavaScript engine, or something like simple, like an idle clicker game with a leaderboard. It reminds me of one of my ideas, and I think I even started working on that but gave up a couple of years ago, when, if you remember, the hype around the egg post on Instagram, or I don't remember where it started, with the most likes. So I wanted to do just an egg on an application, which will be a clicker application. So basically everyone will click on it, and everyone will contribute to increasing a single global number. So very dumb, but okay, let me try to delete all of them except the one with an image, because that's what we were using for our posts. Let's delete 11 items. Okay, come on. And what's going on here? What's going on here? Let's have a look at the console. First one, and yeah, I need to run yarn start again because the development server turned off for some reason. Okay. Guys, I try to answer to all of your questions, but I cannot be distracted from like the thing that I'm doing every time. So I usually stop every like 5 minutes, or when I finish a feature, or when we wait, for example, right now when we wait Expo to start, and then I try to answer all the questions. But let's keep it calm there in the comments. Hopefully you understand. Oh, so slow. Come on, come on. Okay, let's run it. Come on. I run Linux for development. You should give it a try. It can be a lot faster than Mac. The issue is with the streaming software. That's the hardest thing on my Mac. Because for development, it's really smooth. But Linux is also nice. I've been on Linux for like around 3 or 4 years before I switched to Mac. Okay, here we have it. The application is here. Come on. User already exists in database. That's good. So, how did it happen? That's good, but I feel that it's not good. What's going on here? Come on. And on top of that, my internet. Go, I saw the message. I'll take it into consideration. Users. So we have only one user. User filter, user sub, user ID. Or instead of filter, maybe first. And if it's user is null, okay, else. No, it doesn't want to do first. Not first, but find. Dot sub. So we didn't see user already exist. Let's try to refresh. Come on. reload. And we should see user already exists in database. That's good. Let's now refresh our data here in Amplify. And come on. Here it is. Yeah, we have this user and it has this sub. And whenever I refresh the application, it will not create a new one because it will find the user with this sub. And come on. No, come on. Reload. And it will say like user already exists in database. If you see here on the bottom, user already exists in the database and it will not save the second time. Okay. All right, that's good. So we have the first step done. It took a bit longer than expected, but we had to wait a lot of time. So every authenticated user maps to one user in our database, and that will make possible the next step to happen. So the next step is going to be user comment relationship. So to do that, whenever we save a comment in the database, we need to specify the user ID, and based on the user ID, we will be able to connect the two and to query them. So the first step is to add the relationship in the data modeling. So we did that before in this video, where we added for a user, we added this relationship to comments 1 to n, and this automatically added the user ID for our comment model. Okay, user ID for our comment model. Let's open our screens, probably screens, or where do we save the comment? Probably components, video comments here. Yes, comment user ID is this. Okay, with const user sub is equal to this. In the case if our user sub was the user ID in the database, it would be easier because we just save them here. However, in our case, user sub is an extra field on the user model, so we need to find that user with this field and then take the ID from there. So for that reason, I'm gonna do comment here. Instead, besides the comment, we also need a user because we need to find the user. To find the user, const user equal await data store, similar to how we did in our previous step. So data store user, then the result of this, we will do a find the user where user.sub is equal to the user sub of the authenticated user. So basically, give us the user from the database that has the sub of a user that is authenticated now. What's wrong with the data store? Has no call signature. Yes, the dot query. Okay. And knowing this user, we can do user.id. We can also make a check if we didn't find the user. We didn't find the user. Let's console error user not found, and let's just return from here. Okay, let's now try to write a comment. So I'm gonna go to the first video, comments, nice, and I'm gonna send. Now let's check in Amplify content, and here comments. Let's choose comments. Nice. I'm gonna zoom in because it's gonna be easier for you to see. So there should be one comment with where user ID, yeah, here it is. User ID is not null, and it says nice. That means that if I refresh the application, come on. Let's try to open it again. Yeah, you saw? If I go back and enter again, I see the first comment nice here. I still don't see the username. Let's have a look if we render this username. So video comments. Where is it? Comments, but where does it come from? Video comments. Okay, they are being sent from I'm wondering if it's gonna be easier just to query them here, or in the video comment we have a comment. Let's do a console log comment and have a look at the log itself. Let's open here. Comment. No, this is a video. Should be a comment somewhere. Yeah, here. Comment user ID. I think this is what we need, or user ID here, user ID. Okay, so yeah, I can actually do the query here for the user. So we have a comment and we will have the user of a comment, and we can query it here. Use state. The type will be user or null. Initially it's gonna be null. And in a use effect, I'm gonna query the user. So let's say Datastore.query. I'm gonna query the user model, and the ID of a user will be comment.userID. And after we receive the result, we will store it in the state. Okay, let's import from React use state. Let's import use effect. What else? Also the user from the models here, user. And where we display the image, I'm not going to display it from comment user, but I'm going to display it from just user image. I don't know, here as string you want. And somewhere the username, no? We don't have a username. The image, yeah, the issue is that let's display the name, but because we don't have an image for that user. So I'm gonna do a text just to make sure that we render the name. User, what, name, or how is it called? Come on. Possibly null, yes. Yes, I see the name. I know I can put them into a view to render them in the same column, not in the same line. And I'm just gonna need to, oh no, it's okay, it works like this as well. Come on, move here, move, and move. Okay, so now we successfully connected a comment with a user in our database. And if we look here, it's here, as you see it. Okay, all right. So, next step. We add a relationship, we save a user when creating a comment. Yes, and we fetch and display the user owner of the comment. Yes, that's done. We see it here, we don't have an image because we didn't save an image there. Good. Okay, guys. I think we will get into the interesting part, which is gonna be uploading videos. Yeah, that's a lot of things here that should happen. I don't think why that was there. Yeah, the first step would be to design the upload screen UI in order to be able to select a video and so on. After that, we're going to implement selecting a video from the device, the video that you want to render, that you want to upload. Then we're going to have to add storage, save a video in storage, generate thumbnails, very important and very interesting. And lastly, insert the video post in the database. Okay, a lot of steps, but let's take it step by step, and I think it's going to be yeah, possible. Let's do it. I'm gonna firstly commit everything to start from scratch. Git okay, finished. Database or something like that. Okay, so we have, what do we have? We have here a button new, but it renders the tab 2. So actually I'm gonna create a brand new component screen. In the screen folder I'm gonna do new file. Let's go with a file and video upload screen .tsx. Here I'm gonna generate React Native functional component, and the text will be hello. Hello. So let's now connect this screen with this tab in our navigation. And to do that, I'm gonna open the navigation folder. That's gonna be the bottom tab navigator. Bottom tab navigator. Tab 2 navigator. Okay, let's just copy the tab to stack navigator, including the stack and the function. And we're gonna call it upload stack, and this is gonna be upload navigator upload navigator, okay. And here, instead of tab to stack, it's gonna be the upload stack. Just, oh, come on. And here upload stack dot screen, and the first screen will be, I don't know, video upload. Component, the component will be the component that we just created in our screens, which is video upload screen. Should automatically import it here. If it didn't, have a look there. And the tab is upload a video. Okay, so let's take this upload navigator and scroll here on top where we see the new name, new. This is our tab with that belongs to the screen that belongs to that tab. So let's swap from tab to navigator to upload navigator. Let's save, and unexpected token. Is it here? Yep. Or no? Yes. And now here is the home screen. If I go to the upload screen, I see on the top upload a new video. That's good. That's what we want. Okay, this is the screen that we're gonna use to upload a new video. So let's move to the next step, and we will take care of the UI design a bit later. The next one is select a video from the device, and for that I'm gonna use image picker from Expo. You can see the documentation here for the image picker. There is a very similar image picker library for React Native if you are using React Native. That's how it's called, React Native image picker. And yeah, I'm gonna take it from here. Let's install the library first. Expo install Expo image picker. Okay. In our case, because we are using Expo, the permission camera and permission media library is already added to the application. So the only thing that we need to do is to request these permissions. Yeah, here we have an example of how it is used. So I will just copy this example and adjust it because I'm lazy. But of course, I'm going to explain you everything that happens there. So let's just paste it here. Okay, I forgot to replace it. So video. Let's copy the name video upload screen because that's how our screen is going to be called. And I'm going to replace the function name with video upload screen. What else? Let's go line by line, see what's going on, and edit it based on how we need it to be. But before that, I think that let's just have a look if the things that are here works in order for you to be able to understand if you have any issue, if it's from the library or if it's because when we will change something, you had a typo. So in our application, we see that the application automatically asks for the permission for the media library. So let's allow. And in the middle, we see a button, pick an image from camera roll. Let's press this button. It opens the camera roll. I select one, I choose. And here the image is displayed. That's how the example from Expo should look. And here we have a new donation, and moon, and Moonplay. Thank you very much for the generous donation. I really appreciate it. Okay, moving on. So let's first of all look what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the last thing that we have in this component, and this is the UI. So the only thing it has this button, pick an image from camera roll. The button calls the pick image function. And after that, it has a conditional rendering of an image. So if we have an image URL in state, this image is coming from the state, then we render this image. Now let's look at what happens in this use effect. This use effect is executed when we mount the component, and what it does, it will check if a platform is not web, because on web you don't need any permissions. And yeah, if it's not web, it will request the permission. It will check if status is not granted. It will show us an error. So that's why we saw that pop-up that automatically requested the permission to pick images from the library. Then the pick image function. This function is called whenever we press on the button. And what it does, it launches the image library picker. It says like what media type it wants to pick and some other parameters. Okay, let's edit this based on our needs. So the first thing I want to do is, instead of image, say that this is going to be a video. So video and set video. I'm going to check where, okay, here, instead of set image, we need set video. And here, video, you can do a replace all. It's going to be easier. Okay, here we have set video, like the types do not match because we are using TypeScript. We need to specify what value will this state hold. So in our case, it's going to be string or null. String or null. Now this error is fixed. What else? Everything in this use effect is okay. I don't need to do anything. Okay, here pick image. No, I'm gonna do pick video. And here as well. Video. And result image picker media types. Yeah, this is what we want to change. What media types do we want to pick? We don't want images, we want only videos. So you can choose either all images or videos. I'm going to choose videos. Allow editing true. This will give us the native possibility to trim the video. So that's good. Aspect, I think we don't need it. Quality, let's keep it as 1. And that's probably it. Pick an image, pick a video, let's say. A video. And because it's going to be a video, this image will not be able to render the video. But we can use the same component that we developed previous time, which is the video player component. And our video player will receive a video URI, a thumbnail URI, and it will render the video player itself. So let's do that. I'm going to replace the image here with the video player. Will you automatically import it, please? Come on. Import, yes. And here, what do we need to send? We need a video URI, which is this video. This is the URL of the video. And the thumbnail URI. Actually, I would rather go back to the video and say that the thumbnail URI should be optional because here we do not have a thumbnail. So video player index I'm gonna save a thumbnail URI is optional. Save. Go back. Now it works. So let's save. Let's on our emulator. Let's go to the new page. Pick a video from camera roll. Okay, let's pick a video. And now we see only one video. Just a quick tip for people that are working on emulator. You probably will not have any videos on your emulator. So what I did was went to, I don't know, Pexels, I think, and searched for some videos. I don't know, raccoon. Yeah, hopefully it's not gonna be like 2 gigabytes, but let's try. Let me turn off the volume, not to get into troubles. And what's going on? No, here is, no. We couldn't find anything. Okay, that's a sponsored thing. Oh my god, nature video, come on, let's do something. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna add a new video there to have some diversity. Download. Or you can, yeah, upload any videos that you have. So in this case, I'm just gonna drag and drop the video on top of my emulator. And this should upload it to the emulator storage to be able to select it. So here, yeah, I'm in all photos. I see all the photos and 2 videos. That's good. Let's go back to the Expo Go, pick a video from camera roll, and now we see the new video. So to add a video on the emulator, you just drag and drop it straight on the emulator and it should work. And I think on Android emulator is the same. Try uploading a video more than 100 megabytes. That's a good question. But where should I find one? Is there any size? 4K? Let's try 4K. That's gonna be... I hope that my PC will not blow up. Something longer. No, this is short. If you can find the video yeah, on this Pexels website, a longer video that I might use, that's also short. But let's try. Free download. This 25 megabytes. Okay, I cannot find a video, a bigger video, so I'm gonna continue with this and we can test it later. Okay, so let's pick a video from here. Let's pick this video. Let's choose. And we see it right away in our video player because we are rendering it here. We can play it. We see everything. Awesome. I think that that went pretty smooth. But I'm really wondering if it will work with bigger videos. Where should I get more than 100 megabytes? Is this is a photo? How did I get to the photos? All right. No. let's see what's the next step. Okay, we have implemented the select a video from the device. Now the next step is to save this video in the cloud to be able to render not only on your device, but to share it with the world to be able to display on any person device. So for that, we're gonna need to add a new service, which is storage. And yeah, let's do it by running Amplify. Let's do a clear Amplify add storage. Yeah, regarding the storage, here is the documentation with more information about how you can add it, how you can set up, how you can upload files, and so on. But we're gonna do it together. So please select one, yeah, that's content, images, audio, video, and so on. Please provide a friendly name for the resource. YouTube. I will leave it. No, YouTube clone media. YouTube clone media. YouTube clone media. Who should have access? Let's save it authenticated users and guest users. And what kind of access do you want authenticated users to have? They should be able to create, update, they should be able to read, and they should be able to delete. Should we be able to delete? Yeah, probably. And guest users will be able to just read, will not be able to create, update, or delete. Okay. Do you want to set Lambda triggers? No. Auth configuration is required to allow unauthenticated users, but it's not configured properly. What's the next step from here? Let's have a look. No, actually, if a user is part of a user pool, run Amplify update storage to enable YARN group policies for CRUD operation. Okay, let's run Amplify push to create this storage on the cloud. And yeah, that's gonna take a bit of time, and then we will be able to upload this video to cloud. Come on. What? Okay. So here is the video. Yeah, Amplify asks if we are sure we want to update. Let's press yes. Okay, so we are gonna pick the video, we're gonna save the video there. But what is the video itself? It should be a URL, right? Let's just have a look at the structure of a URL. Video. Okay, let's go here. Let's pick a video from here. Choose. And let's have a look at the console logs to see the URL of the video. So initially it's null, and after that it's file and the whole path to the video. But what I'm interested about is the video name, like this part. So we will need to separate it, because we will need to know the video name when we save to the cloud, like to give a name. So it's either we will give a random name. The best idea to give names for such files is using the Uuid package. Shall we do it? Because this way you know that the names of the video will be unique across the whole application. Because if you take the name from user device, as in this case, and add it in the cloud, imagine what happens if two users will upload the same file with the same name. Like, you will be able to override other people's file, which is I think not very good. So for that, we need to give some random and unique names to the videos. Okay, will the UUID work? Yeah, I think it should work in but I'm looking here that this thing also looks like a UUID, but I think we cannot just blindly trust what's happening there, because on iOS it might be UUID, but on Android or on some old devices it might be something else. So we would actually better do it on our own. So let's install UUID here, yarn install yarn add. Let's import the version 4 of it. And yeah, we'll be able to do it there. Okay. What's up with our... Yeah, our resources has been updated in the cloud. And we can test it by going to Amplify admin, by refreshing and checking the storage service. Come on, Amplify. Oh my god, it's so slow. Okay, so if I select storage here, deployed storage resources, I see here the resource name, the S3 file. If I click on it, it will open the S3 management page. And here we will be able to see all the files in our bucket. But yeah, we don't have any yet, but let's do it now. Let's do it. So after we do that, we will need a new button that will trigger the save. So the button will be save me, and on press will be save, or better, let's do it like this: upload, post, something like that, because it's not going to be just uploading the post, but also to save a post, not just uploading the video, but also to save the post. So let's do const upload post async, and I'm gonna add a separate function here, which is gonna be called const upload video. Upload video. The upload video will return the video key string. Promise string. Okay, so I'm uploading a video. Let's have a look at the documentation from Amplify here by going to libraries, upload the storage, and upload the file. And here on the bottom we see the React Native example. So let's copy the try catch block. So what it does, it will first of all fetch the file. So in our case the file is video. That's what we want to fetch, right? Video, yes, but the video can be null. So in that case I can check here if video is null. I'm gonna just return because I don't want to upload anything if the video is null. And actually I can do the same in the upload post, just to be there. Okay, so we get the response, then we transform the file to a blob in order to be able to upload it to the server. And after that we call storage.put using a key, and we put this blob. Okay, the storage.put, it says put does not exist on that type. I don't know where it takes the storage from because it's not imported. So I guess it's some global thing, but it's not the thing that we need. That's why we have an error. So make sure that we import storage from AWS Amplify. And now storage.put should work. I don't know why what's happening here. Oh, I forgot about the arrow, right? Yes. Okay, right. So let's do const file key, and the file key is the name that we want to auto-generate. So it's going to be Uuid v4. So the file key, we're going to replace it with this hard-coded key. But I would also do, I don't know, let's say, come on, just to add an extension of this video. So I'm gonna do MP4 or something else, just a hard-coded extension. So file key, we put it into the storage. The blob is the file from our device, and content type, I think we can skip it because it's optional. And at the end we just return the file key to be able, to know like where we saved it in the storage, because it's auto-generated and we don't want to lose this information. So let's call this upload video in the upload post. Const file key equal to await upload video. Save. And let's give it a try. Not sure if it will work, but yeah, let's give it a try. What's going on here with my tab? know, I can do var null, and I can return null here. And in case of error, I will also return null. So what's going on here with my tab? Bottom tab navigator. What happened? What happened, bro? Video upload screen. New. Upload navigator. Yes. Come on. You shouldn't be here. And let's refresh. And okay, now it's better. So we have a pick a video and the upload button. So first of all, let's pick a video. I'm gonna do this nature video, choose, and then let's press on the upload. We don't have any feedback, but let's go ahead and check if the video is uploaded. So to check that, we need to check the S3 file, and I remind you how to get there. You open the admin UI, you go to the storage page, and you click the name of your bucket here, and this will open our storage here. If I refresh it, come on, I should see a public folder. Come on, come on. Video in the link. I don't see anything yet, but YouTube loading objects, nothing is here. Let's check the errors. Maybe it gave an error. Too much. Error uploading file, error crypto get random value not supported. Ooh, I think Uuid is not supported here. Yep, Uuid is not supported. Not supported. This error occurs in environments where the standard crypto API is not supported. This issue can be resolved by adding an appropriate polyfill. Install get random value, import it before. Do I want to do that? Okay, if I start it, we're gonna do it. Let's install this library. Come on. Come on. No. Yarn add React Native get random values, and we just need to import it before importing the Uuid library. In the video upload screen here, like that. Hey, and Moon Play, thank you for another donation today. You're so generous. Any Expo free branch, please? What do you mean by that? Regarding this project without Expo? We have done a lot of projects without Expo on my channel, so you can check them out. But I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to learn this with Expo, because it's much easier to learn and you can adjust this in your project if you're not using Expo in your project. Can I know your VS Code theme? Actually, that's a good question. I have a video about my VS Code setup, so it's one of the latest videos. You can check it on the channel. All right, let's give it one more try, because the library has been installed. Let's upload. I don't see any errors. I hope it worked. Let's refresh the S3 bucket. And loading objects. Come on, come on. Yes, here is our folder called public, if I open it. Okay, Cyber Genius, thank you very much for your suggestions. Yeah, I'm actually having some private coaching with regarding the accent and pronunciation, and I have never thought about like how to properly pronounce it. And all right, so we see the video is uploaded to S3. Here it is. I can try to download it and see if it works, if it's the same video. But based on the file size, I can see that it's 5 megabytes. Everything is working okay. You can download it and play it to see if it's the same file. But now our goal is what? Is to render it in our application, but that's gonna be a bit later. Yeah, rendering it in the application is gonna be a bit later. Now let's generate thumbnails. So generating thumbnails, for that I'm using the Expo thumbnail, image thumbnail, something like that. We have this cool library that makes it very easy to work with. So we need just to install the Expo video thumbnails library. Let's do it here. And Jorgos, yeah, that's true, but everyone is different. Yeah, and Moon is saying I ejected from Expo and got some build errors, but I'll investigate, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Ejecting from Expo should work well in most of the cases. Okay, we are installing that. Let's check the documentation about the usage. Generate thumbnails. Yeah, we just send the file URL, which can actually be a local video, a local file. That's gonna be better. We're gonna generate the thumbnail, and yeah, we can send like at what time are we generating that. Okay, that's pretty clear. So for that reason, we will need to store the thumbnail in state. the URL to a thumbnail that we're gonna generate here. And let's do similar to what we have for the video, string or null. Initially it's gonna be null. Okay, thumbnail. The legend, hello. Upload video, pick video. Let's declare const generate thumbnail is gonna be a async function, and it's gonna return us it's gonna be a promise that returns a string. No, actually it will just save everything in state, or no, we don't need the state actually. Or do we? Upload video. We're gonna do most of the things here, so I think we're not gonna need the state. But yeah, let's take it step by step and decide later if we need it or not. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same check. If video is null, I'm not gonna do anything. However, if video is not null, I'm gonna generate this thumbnail. Wait, video thumbnails. And this is gonna be our video URI, which is a local video on the device. For the time, I would do it at first screenshot, or probably, I don't know, after 1 second. Not exactly at first, but yeah, maybe a couple of seconds in. I just want to know if time is milliseconds. Yes. Time. Okay, let's import video thumbnails. Okay, like that. Generate thumbnail URI. Okay, we have a URI, and I would right away upload this image to the cloud, similar to what we were doing with the video. So let me just copy everything for the video, and I'm gonna adjust it for our thumbnail. So the response is URI. Let's fetch it. Let's transform it to a blob. File key. Okay, but it's gonna be a picture, so we can do, I don't know, something like this. Storage put file key blob, which is gonna be the image, and we're gonna return the file key. Yeah, I think that's good. We're gonna generate and right away upload it to the cloud. Okay, now let's try const thumbnail key is equal to await generate thumbnail. Let's give it a try and see if it actually generates it and uploads it. So let's create a new, pick a video. This one, choose, come on, upload. Let's check the logs. Yeah, let's check the public folder in our Amazon S3 bucket. What kind of video splitter mixer you use for your video stream? Do you mean the software? I'm not that. It's Streamlabs OBS, if that was the question. Hardware, nope. No hardware, everything, yeah, from my Mac. Okay, we have MP4, we have this image here, 1.5 megabytes. That's good. Let's download it and see the image. Hello? Yes, here it is. So it actually generated the image. It uploaded the video file, uploaded the image to cloud. Now the last thing is to insert the video in our post database and to render it in our application. And in that case, we're gonna have like the full cycle complete, where users will actually be able to upload videos and other users will be able to see them. So but this is gonna be quite easy because yeah, we're gonna need besides the storage from AWS Amplify, we're gonna need the Datastore, and we're gonna need to import the post model. Post from Sergey, but if you are experienced with that and you have any recommendation, I'm very open to that because I'm still learning. So if there are some hardware stuff that will improve my live streams, I'm very happy to hear that. I was telling before that I'm thinking of two machine system like live stream, where one machine will be specifically for doing the streams, for sending the data to the stream, and the other machine will be used as a working machine and will stream only the video data to the other machine. Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Okay, so let's do await Datastore dot save new post, and our post will have what? Let's check what data does a post have. Data. Comment, user, video. Okay, ID, title. Okay, for the title, should we add? Okay, we know the video. Okay, let's try to add everything. So title, then it's gonna have like thumbnail. This is easy, we already have it. The video URL, we also have it. Duration, we don't have it, but we can take it. Views, the views will be, yeah, initially 0. And tags is not required. Likes and dislikes also 0. And also user ID. For the user ID, we need to do the same thing as we did for our comments, right? So in components, video comments, index. This is how we got the user. Send comment, yes. We can put this into a utility function or something like that, but I'm gonna do it like this. Authentication, we need to import that as well from AWS Amplify, and here also the user. Post, what's going on with the post here? Has no export post, how not? Post, no, it's a It's a video. Okay, so user ID is user.id. Duration. Okay, let's make it at least work. Thumbnail will be thumbnail key. Video will be file key. But these are not actual URLs. These are just keys which we will be able to use to retrieve the actual video URL. So don't be confused about that. And the duration I'm gonna set to 0, but we can add it in a moment. Okay, what's going on here? New post, no, new video. New video. Cannot find, okay. String or null is not assignable to that. Let's do all the checks here. Or file key, if file key is null, or thumbnail key. Come on. Dislikes 0. Number is not assignable to string. Likes is a string? Are you kidding? Likes integer, dislikes is string. Okay, that's bad. So change it to an integer and do a deployment. I'm not gonna do that because I'll have to wait a lot of time. So I'm just gonna go with it with dislikes as a string. I don't know about version with more features and streaming capabilities. Thank you very much. I don't know about that, but let me write it down somewhere because that's something that might help me. So thanks. Okay, so for the title we are gonna add thumbnail. We don't need it in state. However, in state we will need the duration of a video. Set duration equal use state is gonna be, let's say, 0 initially, and also const title set title use state empty string. Okay, so for the title, no, first for the duration, pick a video. This result, besides the URI, will also contain the duration. Set duration. It contains URI, it contains duration, it contains width, height, and the type, if it's an image or... Yeah, it contains cancelled, height, type, URI, width. It doesn't contain duration? No, I remember that someone should contain the duration. Let's do console log result. Console log result, let's go here and let's try it. Pick a video, 8 seconds, choose. Cancelled false, duration, yeah, it contains the duration, come on. and it's in milliseconds. Set duration result dot duration. Do we keep the duration in milliseconds currently in our database? I think we keep it in seconds. So data content here, let's go to the video, and the duration, no idea, 2000, yeah, I think it's in seconds. So we can say duration divided by 1000, and we can do math.floor in order to get rid of the digits after 0. Duration, it does not exist on type cancel for, no, it should exist. What the, okay, let's just roll with this because I believe it should be there. So for the duration, instead of 0, I'm gonna add the duration from the state, and for the title we're gonna need a new text input with some styles. In video comments, do we have a text input that I can really quick copy paste? Text input, yes, we do. So let's take it from here, add here, placeholder, title, new value will be title, set title, and probably that's it. We just need to import the text input from React Native. Save. And in our Datastore save, let's not forget to add here title, or because it's title, we can do it in a short version like this. Title. Yeah, now everything should work. The design is not the best, but we can live with that. Let's pick this video. Let's choose it. Let's pick a title. My first video. And let's upload it. And after that, we need to redirect back home. And we need to also, let's say, to reset everything. So set video null. What else do we have there? Set duration to 0 and set title to empty string to prepare it for the next upload. And after that, we need to navigate. Navigation that I'm gonna import in a moment. Navigate, is it home or how is it called? So let's import first of all the hook use navigation. Man, it's a lot of things happening here. Like look how many imports we have. Use navigation, and let's take it from here. So const navigation equal use navigation. Let's save. Before testing it one more time, I really want to see if we managed to save a first video from the application. Okay, let's see. Come on, my first video. I see it here. I don't see the thumbnail, and most probably I'll not see the video. But that's good. That's good because we can go to the, where is it? Components, video list. No, yeah, video list item. this is the video that we display here in the list. Let's open the video list item. And we see that we display the image video thumbnail. But in our case, video thumbnail is a key, is not a URL. So if I refresh here, you'll be able to see what I mean by that. Because for these current videos, we were saving the URL, but now we switched to S3, and now we are saving the just keys. Okay, video thumbnail. Yeah, this is a key. I don't know. Okay, I can open it. So video URL is just this key, thumbnail is key. So knowing the key, we can build the URL. We can ask the storage to build us a URL dynamically. And it doesn't just build, doesn't just concatenate like a URL with this key. It actually pre-assigns the URL in order only for the user of this application to be able to access that video. Outside of application, nobody will be able to access the videos because they are protected by authentication. And by doing this, we pre-assign and we show that, yes, we are actually authenticated. Okay, to do that, I'm gonna need the storage from, I'm gonna need import storage from AWS Amplify. We're gonna need storage. Okay, we have video, and let's say we will also have the image. No, the image will be a state variable because we first need to download it from storage, not to download, to get the URL from the storage and then set it in our state. So image set image equal to use state. Initially it's going to be what? Null. So it's string or null. Okay, let's import the use state while we are here from React. And also a use effect. Okay, for the use effect, I think I'm gonna, where? I'm gonna do it here. So let's declare the use effect. And here we want to load the image of a video, and for that reason I'm gonna add video as a dependency here. String should be video. So if, but video cannot be null, right? Or can it? Can it be null? No, it's a video. Okay, so we're gonna do storage.get, and storage.get expects a file key. So the file key will be video.thumbnail, the key that we have there. And once we get it, we're gonna set it to the image itself. Not image, but set image. And now instead of rendering here video thumbnail, I'm gonna do image. Save. And my first video, yes, here it is, and it actually worked. Okay, it renders the video here, but now the URLs that had the video that the thumbnails that had an actual URL are not displayed here because we're trying to upload it from storage. Doesn't work like that. So I'm gonna do just a little hack. I don't know if you need that in an actual application, because if you know that all your thumbnails will be from storage, yeah, just do this and ignore everything else. However, we can adjust the logic a bit to make sure that it will work both with file keys and with URLs. So I'll check if video.thumbnail starts with HTTP. That means that that's already a URL. So I can say set image to the video.thumbnail. And otherwise, if it doesn't start with an HTTPS, I'll assume that that's a storage key, and I'm gonna get the URL from the storage. Okay, now both works, you see, both the URL thumbnails and the storage key thumbnails. What else? What else? Yeah, here we can say, or I don't know, nothing. Yeah, the same thing is with the actual video. So before we were displaying video URLs, but now we have video keys, and we need using the storage.get to get a pre-signed URL from the storage to that video. So we need this extra step in our screens, video screen here, and video player video URL. Yes, here. So besides the video, I'm gonna do a const video URL and set video URL. Use state is gonna be a string or a null. And a use effect, the same thing as we did there. I can actually copy it. Where is, or here, right? A use effect. So if video, but in this case, we're not working with thumbnails, we're working with video URL dot video URL, and not set image, but set video URL. So if it doesn't start with HTTP, that means that it's a file from storage. So let's do storage.get video URL, then set video URL. The use effect will be called whenever the video is updated. Yes, that's true. And for the video player, I'm not gonna give a video URL, but the variable name video URL that we just declare in state. Save. The same thing for the thumbnail, actually, I need to do, you know. So I'm gonna do here video URL, and same thing as we have for the image here. So first if will handle the videos, second if the thumbnails, video thumbnail, set image, and we need the image state that I can copy from here. Ooh, what's happening? Ooh. So after the video URL, we will add the image state. Save. Is everything okay? Component probe video screen must be valid React. What's wrong? No, everything is okay, I guess. So if I go to my first video, can find variable storage. Okay, we can import storage from AWS Amplify in our video screen. Storage, save. And let's open my first video. Undefined is not an object, video URL. How's it called? video URL. Oh, yeah, I know. Video can be null. So initially it's gonna be null. I'm gonna do a check if video is null. I don't need to do anything. Return. Otherwise, do that. So let's open. Can find variable. I already fixed that. Okay, last try. My first video, and it works. Damn. Okay. So let's try and, to upload a new video and see if it works. So new video. Let's pick a new video. This is the second one. Okay, this is gonna be my next YouTube project. Let's upload it. And it should redirect us. Yes, it did. It redirected us here. Okay, one more thing that I want to implement. And if I refresh the application, come on, I should see it there. With auto-generated thumbnail, with the video that is playing. My next project here. Come on, let's go. Okay. Perfect. Whew, I'm so happy. So one more thing that I want to do. You saw the user experience when uploading was not the best because I was uploading, but I didn't understand what's happening. In those situations, it's good to give a user some feedback, like a progress bar of, okay, wait a bit, the video is actually being uploaded. So let's go into the video upload screen. Let's add a new variable called progress. Set progress. Hey Sergey, thank you very much for the donation. Your work is truly helpful. Keep it up. Thank you very much. You make this live stream so good, guys. Okay, progress. There's gonna be a state variable. Use state. Initially, it's gonna be 0. Whenever we finish everything, we need to reset it to set progress to back to 0. And based on this variable, we can render upload progress bar. So we can hack one here. So I can do something like view. We will do a very hacky progress bar, but it's gonna work. Style. So our progress bar, let's say that initially it's gonna be with 100%. I want to do height 3 pixels. Background color, it's gonna be light blue, and that's it. Yes, the upload bar is there. If I do just blue, come on. If I do just blue, it will, yeah, it's there. I don't like this blue, but okay, it's not the problem. So by adjusting the percentage, let's say 70%, okay, 70, yeah, we can put it into another view in order to have a progress bar to start from the left, or we can leave it like this and it will go from the middle to the corners. I think it will look good like this as well. So the width will be dependent on the progress variable that we define there. So I'm gonna add it as a template string, and I'm gonna do progress. Our progress will be from 0 to 1, and for that reason I'm gonna multiply it by 100, and here I'm gonna put percentage. Save. Let's open. Nothing should be visible, and if I modify the progress, where progress here to 0.25, we see it here. Okay, perfect. So how do we update the progress? Easy. It's somewhere in the upload video, storage put, and here as the last parameter we can do config, and the config can receive progress callback function, and the progress callback function we can say, okay, update the progress in our state, set progress. I wonder if it's from 0 to 1, but we'll see. So let's pick a new video. I'm gonna pick this longer video, choose. Oh, you saw? It actually worked. Or no, that was another progress. Don't worry. I'm gonna do something like this here, and if I press upload, nothing happens. Most probably. Yep, nothing happened. Let's do here progress console warn or console log. Let's do console log progress, and also set progress to pro. We already have this variable name progress, so I'm gonna do just p, console log p, set progress p, save. Okay, let's give it a try. New, pick a video, this one, choose, set a title, upload, and let's look at the logs. What is that callback object key loaded? Okay, so it's not just a number, it's an object that has loaded and total. This is how many bytes did it load and how many are in total. So we can just divide these two numbers and get the percentage. So our progress will be progress.loaded divided by progress.total. Save. And let's give it a shot. This one, choose, compressing, like this, upload, and now we should see that, yeah, we see it. It's there. We see the progress bar. That's not a bug, that's a feature because it goes from the middle to the end. And now it's much better because we see a feedback, like we see something is happening behind the scenes, that the video is being uploaded to the cloud. and at the end we are back here, and we can see the videos here. Awesome, amazing, just perfect. Fellow chat, let's give Vadim likes for his work. I recently started to watch our series of Vadim, and it is just amazing how much time it saved me compared to learning things by myself. Thank you very much for this feedback. I really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because it's just the beginning. I have so many plans, and we're gonna do so many new projects, and we're gonna do other new stuff here, other new things on the channel that I can't wait to tell you about. Okay, so we show the progress, we upload the video, we save the thumbnails, we do everything like that. So while we are still on the upload videos, I'm gonna recommend you one service. Everything like this will work. However, if you want to go one extra step, if you're implementing this in a real life project that and you want to optimize this for real use cases, I would recommend you the AWS service called Media Convert. And the Media Convert service will help you encode the videos for any output device. And what does that mean is, without this, a video uploaded from an iPhone, for example, might not work on all Android devices. On some older devices it might not work on, they're not optimized for all the devices. Because right now, what we do, we take the video from the user's device, which can be, for example, an Apple, we upload it to the server, and we give the same file to everyone else. But that's not the best approach. If you want to maximize the number of devices that the videos can be played, I recommend you AWS Media Convert. And here, if you look, how does it work? You have the AWS S3 file that is uploaded by the user. It's gonna be encoded to all the possible files, or one universal file, and these files will be saved to S3, and from there you can distribute these videos to your users. I'm using this service at Fitinium, because our application is mainly based on videos, and I use this to post-process the videos and save them in our database. Also, you can do a lot of things here with Media Convert, like to reduce the size of the videos, to optimize them, to generate thumbnails automatically, to add, for example, elements on top. I don't know how it's called. For example, you want to add your logo. For example, you are TikTok, and you want to add the TikTok logo on all the videos automatically. With Media Convert, you can do these things. So have a look. It's more advanced features. So if you're ready for that, here it is. And if you have any questions, let me know. I can help you. Okay. So the next step is the last step in this series, and I wanted to do something that we have never done on the channel, to include a new small feature. A small feature, but a very important one, and probably you will need this in every application. And here I'm speaking about analytics. Because if you're working on an application, you want to know the behavior of the users. You want to know how many users are using it, on what devices the application is used, on what time of the day it is used, and so on. So to implement analytics, we're gonna use the analytics module from Amplify. So it's pretty simple. It's quite simple. So let's do clear here. I'm gonna add everything to Git to start it from scratch. What did we do? Video upload. Okay, let's do clear. And let's do Amplify add analytics. Okay, so we're gonna choose Amazon Pinpoint. The name, yeah, can be YouTube clone. And come on, I have it. Thank you. And after this step, let's do Amplify push. Okay. Come on. Do you have any questions, guys, regarding this build, regarding everything we have done today? Until it builds, we can discuss. Looks so good. Yeah, there is some other features that is gonna be your homework. For example, let's say the video likes or video description, like adding video description. Number of subscribers, the subscribe features. Yeah, there still are some interesting features here. Future projects. I have a very long list of future projects plans because yeah, you guys have a lot of ideas and suggest me. And usually before starting, I ask you to vote on the one you want. So previous time, YouTube clone and Signal app was one of the top voted builds. So maybe we will do that. We'll see. Or a lot of people suggested to do something with fantasy games, which is something new for me. I would have to research that. Okay, so pinpoint URL is here. So, but we can access it from Amplify admin UI if I refresh it and if I open. Okay. If I open here, where is it? Analytics. Here is the resource name. Let's open it in a new tab. And here is the analytics. And you won't believe, but this is enough to track a lot of information. So I don't know why it didn't ask us to give, but let's try to refresh our app. Reload. Yeah, this is enough to track the most basic information about users. For example, their sessions, how many times they open the application, what is their device, and so on. So shortly we will see this information appear here in analytics usage. Here we already see that there is one daily active user today, just by doing Amplify add analytics. Like, that's how easy it is to add analytics. And as you can see, there is a lot of features like new users, the retention rate at 7 days, the sticky factor, about sessions, how many users, how many sessions, authentication metrics. Oh my god, there are so many. Like how many sign-in, sign-ups, authentication fails, and so on. Also the revenue. Yeah, this is the standard thing, and it's going to be enough for a lot of application. But in some cases you want to track some custom events. To track some custom events, that's also possible. So let's think about what custom events do we want to track. I know, let's track every time we open a video. Let's track this event that we clicked on a video. So I'm gonna go in the components, video list item here. And open video page here. Before navigating, I'll record the event in our analytics to be able to know how many times a user has clicked. Based on this, you can calculate the click-through rate of the videos and so on. So I'm gonna import analytics from AWS Amplify, like that. And in the open video page, before opening the page, I'm gonna do analytics dot record and here is going to be an event, and the event will have a name, right? Name doesn't want a name. Why do not want a name? Where is it? Analytics, record events, name. Yes, it's name. Yeah, it works. Yeah, name of event is video click, video list item click. So we know that the person clicked on that video. Let's save and let's try to click on a video. Okay, let's click on this video. Perfect. Let's then go back and click on this video. Perfect. Now in our Amazon pinpoint page, we will be able to see this event. And based on these events, you can actually create funnels. I don't know, you can have a sign up funnel where you send events for each step in the sign up process. I don't know, let's say that your sign up flow has 3 pages. The first one asks the username, email. The second one asks the user, I don't know, some personal information about his age, his country, and so on. And the third one, also some other information. You can send an event once each step is finished, is completed. And out of these 3 events, you can create a funnel. And using this funnel, you'll see how the users flow through these screens. And you'll see on which screen you lose most of the users. For example, you'll see like on the second screen, you lose half of the users. Like half of the users that complete the step 1 do not complete the step 2, and that means that they might not be willing to give the extra details, and they just delete your application. And in that case, you can take a decision to not show the second step, like not take all the information that you initially ask. So yeah, using these funnels is very good from marketing side to understand how users flow through the application. But now let's check the events. Event count, we have total 4 events. Let's do filters. I don't know. Can we actually see the events themselves? I think in funnels you can see the events. So if you create a funnel, you can use funnels to track the number of users at each stage of your interaction with your app or service. In order to provide you with the best possible experience, we hide these funnel reports if you don't have used them in the last 90 days. If you want to create or view funnels, choose Enable Funnels. Okay, create funnel. Your request has been submitted. Okay, I think that I don't have this enabled yet, so I cannot show you how to create this funnel, but it's nothing complicated there. So yeah. All right, so that was about analytics. Besides sending names of custom events, you can also send custom attributes. For example, we can send the length of a video on which the user clicks in our case. And by doing that, in our analytics, we can see that, I don't know, most of the users click on the videos that are less than 10 minutes or that are more than 30 minutes and so on. So to do that, you will add the attributes to our record function, and that's gonna give you the possibility to track that. All right, guys, I think we are slowly approaching to the end of this series, unless we decide in future to add more videos. So yeah, always subscribe to the channel in order to receive notification if we will update this with more features like notifications and so on. This might happen in future, but I cannot promise because we have so many new projects that I want to build here. Yeah, like a lot of you are suggesting now, like Coinbase, Zoom clone. He has already done a crypto exchange app in his channel. Yes, that's true. We did it in 12-hour live stream. I was dead by the end, so you definitely must check that out. Web RTC is quite interesting. I'm thinking about doing something with calls with, yeah, that's definitely gonna be in our channel. I'm thinking to use the Chime SDK from AWS, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, by the way, this week I worked on the new notjust development platform, notjust.dev. If you go there, it's the new design. Everything is brand new. I did it with Next.js. I'm really happy how it turned out. We still have a lot of things to do there. I don't know why it doesn't load. It should be fast. This is the old version. Why is it cached? I think the DNS is still redirecting to the old version, but here is the new one. We still have a lot of things to do here, but I decided to deploy it, to give it a go and update it step by step. But the cool feature about this website and what I want to do with it is to have all our tutorials in one place here on the website as project-based tutorials. And this way it's going to be much easier for you to navigate, to search specific projects or specific features. I don't know, if, for example, if you're working on a social network and you want to implement the real-time chatting. So you're gonna do a search on real-time chatting, and you're gonna see that we did this feature in the WhatsApp clone. You're gonna look at an example, and it's gonna be easy for you to take and to implement. So this is my vision for the Notjust development website. It's gonna help you. It's gonna make things a lot more transparent. It's gonna be much easier to navigate all the projects. Yeah, but so far I implemented the blog part. It's ready, so you can read some of the old blog posts that I did. But I plan to write more blog posts in future. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'll enjoy writing or how it will turn out, but I'll give it a try, because there are a lot of concepts that might not need a dedicated video, but are a very good very good theme for a blog post. I know, very small, like how to use memo, or how to optimize your React Native application with functional components, let's say. So it's going to be some examples and some theory. So if you're interested, make sure to check it out. Leave your email, subscribe to the newsletter. We don't have yet a newsletter, but I'm gonna probably do that as well. I would love to see PHP or Node.js backend in the next videos. We have a Node.js video on our channel, and yeah, I think you'll be able to search here on the website. Okay, Node.js, and you'll see in which project we use Node.js. Yeah, so I'm really excited about our new platform and the way it will help you guys build more projects and achieve your goals. If you're interested, I'll write a blog post about how I build it, what technologies I use. I use Next.js, but I can go into more details about libraries, because, for example, this is a very nice library that I use to showcase this one. Come on. To showcase static code, like the snippets. Why don't you separate the front end and the back end using a Node.js server? Because Amplify makes it much more easier to integrate the backend, and that's why I love it. Yeah, that's the reason. You'll see I have a Node.js project, but when I did it, actually at the day job I work with Node.js, and I have a GraphQL server, not with Amplify. But nowadays, when I start a project in Node.js, it feels so old school, and it's so you have to do a lot of things that are already done, and you can just reuse it. So yeah, what I wanted to say, to show you, yeah, this cool code snippets feature. Where is it? Somewhere here. Yeah, this one with a custom theme. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I will try to describe all the steps in a blog post. I'm here first time, but excited. Decide. Welcome. Subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of cool things here, and I have a lot of plans for the future. So if you are interested in React native projects, AWS Amplify, in future we're gonna do React.js as well, because I really loved building our platform, or not React.js, Next.js, but yeah, of course React.js as well. So we're gonna do a lot of cool things in future. So subscribe, don't forget. Okay, guys. It was a really nice project. I'm really happy how it turned out. Speaking about the YouTube clone. Why don't you finish your whole project, like the Instagram clone or something else? Finishing such a project is a very relative thing. Like, what do you mean finish the project? if you mean to finish it like one by one, all the features that Instagram has, I don't have that possibility. You should understand the scale of the project that we are doing here, like Instagram or YouTube and so on. And there are teams of hundreds of people working there. So I cannot do that in 10 YouTube videos. And even if I would be able to do it, it's going to be like a project of 1 year or so on. And at the episode 5, you'll probably be bored and drop out. So that's why I try to keep this engaging. At the same time, I try to integrate more new features in every new build that we are doing. And what I mean by that is I try to build an application in every domain possible. So if you plan to build a social network, check out the Instagram clone or the Twitter. If you want to build a video on demand project, check out the Netflix clone, or let's say YouTube clone that has also the user uploading and so on. If you want to build a chat application, check out the WhatsApp clone. If you want to build something with maps, with cars, a taxi application, there is the Uber clone. So you see, all of them are very different from each other and has very specific features that you can take from there. So that's how I try to cover as much information as possible, but at the same time keep everything exciting and new for new people to also enjoy watching. But I understand that there are still a lot of features that we can implement, and I'm thinking how to better put this in a way for you to learn more features, to build more production-ready applications. But this is not for everyone. This is for some of you that are actually working on actual projects and are building your stuff. So I'm thinking how to put this in a way to be a win-win situation for everyone. Yeah, because I always think like how I can provide you more value. For example, there are a lot of features that I want to cover in these videos. I don't know, pagination. This is a very important feature that we need to cover, that you need in an application. Let's say notification, push notifications, email notifications, how to deploy an application. These are features that I know are very important, but I'm still trying to think how to incorporate them in our tutorials. Yeah, like a following system, like an actual scalable following system. This is something that I implemented at my startup, and it was really fun. It's gonna be quite interesting to implement in one of the projects here as well. I don't know, including number of followers, including getting content only from your following list. There are a lot of ways to do this, and it really depends on your project and on very specific needs. But yeah, I'm really excited about this, and we will do this. We will do this, I promise. Please teach us offline handling. If you mean offline caching, our YouTube clone will work offline as well, because we are using Datastore. And we are using Datastore just because it's a offline first, and it will cache all the data offline. And whenever you have internet, it will update in cloud. I'm sorry, I don't mean the whole project, I mean the UI, sorry. For the UI, that's something interesting. I feel that to build every page, to show you like step by step every page, will not bring you a lot of value, because the UI is quite repetitive. So if I show you how to create an input in a form, will you be able to take the same concept and implement it into another form? I think that should be an yes. And I think this is a way for you to actually practice what you learn. So not just to copy paste everything that I'm doing, but to understand, okay, I need now to render an image. I remember that Vadim rendered the image in an Instagram clone. Let me just check how he did there and adjust it for my needs. I think this is the best way for you to learn. And yeah, in all the projects, for every new concept, I'm trying to stop and slowly explain you everything, like how to render image. I explain you how to render input, how to manage the state of the input, how to bind it to the state, how to validate a form, and so on. But once you do once, I think you can take it as an example for the next times you're doing the same thing. Very nice. I'm from Pakistan. Hello from Pakistan. Hello. Hey bro, good tutorials. Much love from Kenya. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Your video have a lot of information. Thank you very much. Hi Vadim, I came late. When will you build the system recommendation? Oh, that's another thing. But I think I will do a separate video for that, like for the recommendation. I'm thinking to integrate it in YouTube or Netflix. We'll see. But I want to build a recommendation system. That was my thesis project, to build a recommendation system, and I really had a lot of fun doing that. Yep, thank you bro, I learned a lot from you. You're like my second teacher from my class now. Thank you very much. How to implement live location sharing like Uber. Have a look at the Uber clone, we did that there on my channel. Are you planning to come to the US? I'm not planning, but if there will be a good enough reason for me to come there, I'll definitely come. I really want to join the AWS conference. I'm not sure if they will do this year, but if they will do, most probably that I'll come. I watched all the clones. I was able to make complex apps. Thank you, Vadim. Oh, here we go. I'm really happy for you, and it's really I'm so happy whenever people are saying that because of one of the clones that they watched on my channel, they built something bigger and they deployed it to market. I don't know. One subscriber built a radio application just by looking at the Spotify clone, for example. But he worked so much on that application, like he went one extra mile to make it production ready. And during that process, I think in my opinion, he learned the most. But yeah, I'm very happy when people actually build application after watching this. By the way, would you be interested in a hackathon organized organized on this channel, where we can gather together for a weekend? Everyone can form smaller teams and for 2 days build a prototype of an application and then present it to others. I don't know. Would you be interested in that? Do you think you would be able to build an MVP in, let's say, 2 days? But it can be a very small application, like, I don't know, a calculator for mortgages, let's say it as an example. I really think about this idea a lot, and because that's how I started building startups and building projects, by going to a hackathon and by building a project in 3 days that we deployed to production, and we had a lot of users like in the first week. So that's a project that we have worked on for 48 hours. Sure, why not? Radio application will be cool. Sure, count on me. I live in Indiana. You more than welcome to come here when you visit. Let me know anytime. Thank you very much. So yeah, guys, I think it's time to finish this live stream. I really like the time we spent at the end just chatting. Maybe we can do more Q&A sessions where we can take it easy, like without building, without sweating here, coding, and having some chat, because I really enjoy that. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support. Your support is very appreciated, and it makes me want to do more and to build more application, more projects for you guys, and to learn and grow together, because that's the ultimate reason. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, join the Discord channel, check out the notjust.dev website.